it looks like his D is about 1/3 of the size of his entire femur. That would make it Hey guys, it's Hink here. So today we have to talk about the recently leaked meat pics by Conor McGregor. Obviously you guys know who Conor McGregor is, but apparently he DM'd Azalea Banks. I don't really know who she is, but anyways, D pics. And so she in turn leaked those D pics and was like, why are you sending me these crooked D pics? Blah, blah, blah. Conor McGregor has some of the most BDE, if you will, when you you see his little walk and whatnot. But so we actually have objective proof of basically his size, basically how he got there. Did he get that size of his PP naturally? Even there's people that are rating his D. And so we're going to do all that today. So first of all, anything I say in this video is just my opinion and speculation, okay? None of this is objective fact, just my opinion. So guys, I'm going to put up a redacted picture on the screen here, okay? It's very clearly him. It has his face. It has it's like a whole body picture. And in that, it has his meat. It has the identifying tattoos and everything, okay? So it's definitely him. First thing we're going to discuss is what size is he? So I'm not going to lie. My initial impression, I saw it and I was like, damn, dude, good for you, okay? I mean, I thought it was pretty massive. Then I started to break down the logic. So guys, he's 5'8", so he's not a particularly tall guy. He's also very lean. So fortunately in this picture, you can see his entire femur. And so you can see how his D basically compares to his entire femur. For someone who's about 5'8", their femur is about 17 inches long. Just so you know, the top of the femur starts basically all the way up in the hip socket. It's not just down at the pelvis. If you actually look at that picture, it looks like his D is about 1/3 of the size of his entire femur. That would make it somewhere around 6 inches. I would say that's what is showing. And so I would say he's about 6 inches non-bone pressed. Girth is a little bit harder because he does have his full body in the picture. You can see how his D is compared to his thighs. And you could also see his hands in the picture and how his, potentially D girth is going to compare to his hands. But in my best estimation, I would say that his girth is probably somewhere right around 5.2 inches. On the absolute max, I would say 5.5 inches. I think that is actually quite girthy, okay? I can't believe I'm doing a breakdown of another dude's meat, but I guess that's what, I have come to these days. So guys, it's time for a reality check, okay? So let's just bear with me here, and let's just say that Conor McGregor is about 6 inches non-bone pressed, including fat pad. Let's just call it 6.5 inches bone pressed by about 5.2 inches in girth. How does that compare to average? Well, guys, the average D is somewhere between 5.2 and 5.8. So I'm just going to say 5.5 inches. No, that's not right.
Don't do the voice.
Just for illustrative purposes, about 5.5 inches is average length and about 4.5 inches is average girth. You can see this breakdown here between those two sizes. Conor McGregor is objectively big. I don't understand how there's anybody that's oh, Conor McGregor, oh, he's small, or oh yeah, he's tiny. I don't understand where any of that discourse comes from. Objectively speaking, he is well above average, okay? He is over a standard deviation in both length and girth. Objectively big, period, end of story. And I really hate that there's this cultural shift that if you have a D pic leaked and you're not the same size as Dredd and it doesn't look like an elephant trunk or something, that people are going to be oh, he's small. It's kind of like the fitness industry, where if you don't have 5% body fat and 20-inch arms, then people think that you're weak or you look natural. Okay, shots fired at myself there. But guys, the point is he's big. But let's look at what some other people say. So there's my guy, Mr. X. I did a live stream with him the other day when I was in LA, okay? But he actually beat me to the punch and made a video about it. Highly suggest you guys go check it out. I'm going to give shout outs to people, even though, people don't give shout outs to me, but that's all right. That's my life. So we're going to play this clip here.
So he basically, and it is crooked. So I don't know if he's fully hard here, but looking at it, I'm guessing it's average, maybe 5.5 to 6. I'm going to say, I don't know if it's fully hard. It's kind of going down and curving to the right a little bit. And he has a lot of foreskin, more than usual. I would say, foreskin, but my foreskin did not look like that before PE. I'll tell you that much. And it looks like in the other picture, he's hanging something from his D. And judging by the girth, it does not look very, very girthy either. I would estimate maybe 5 inches of girth, maybe max. And he's hanging some weights on it. And I highly suspect that whatever he's doing is actually making his foreskin bigger and hang like that. But also, like, his D is crooked to the side. It looks like a congenital curve. Yeah, it looks a natural curve. I don't think Pironi's or anything like that.
So he basically says something similar to me. He says that the guy is somewhere between like 5.5 to 6 inches of visible length, which is non-bone pressed length. He picks up on the fact that there's a lot of foreskin, which there's some foreshadowing there. And then he gave him like a 3 out of 10. Now, guys, like, I like Mr. X. Like I said, I had him on my channel, but, you know, I think that that's kind of a move to be like, this dude that is objectively big, that has like a nice, long, thick hog is like 3 out of 10. Now, you know, it's his opinion. I respect him for that. But if I had an average size D and I saw that this picture of this dude that has a above average in length and above average in girth D, and somebody was like, oh, 3 out of 10, like, I don't know how I would feel about that. Okay. If you forced me to give a rating on Conor McGregor, I would probably say it's about a 7 out of 10, okay? Personally, that's just me. You know, if you guys want my Hink rating. I don't know, it's just so weird to judge another man's D and actually, you know, attribute a number to it. From what I'm hearing, that there's like some people who say like, oh, he's huge, and then there's some people that say like, oh, he's tiny. And so let's just look at some of the comments from this video. Here's a comment here that says, to be fair, it's probably just over 7 inches. I could see that more than like some of these other comments that are like, I think he's more like 4.7 to 4.8. Like, that's just an ignorant, like, that's just a bad take, objectively speaking. No, he's clearly much bigger than that. I asked my guy Red Maroon, what did he think? And he actually thought that he was somewhere between, like, initially between, you know, 6 to 7, maybe closer to the 7 spectrum, and then eventually settled on about 6.5, which, you know, honestly was about my take as well. And then he thought he was like around 5.5 in girth, which I think is pretty reasonable. Like, he looks pretty thick, guys. And then, yeah, I couldn't really get him to really like nail down a length because, guys, like, I mentioned it and he was like, yeah, you know, I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about actually business and shit that matters and like business strategy. But he thought that like at the absolute max, dude is about like 5.5 in girth. The other picture that was leaked was actually his D with weights on it, okay? Now, guys, hanging has been around literally since ancient times. For like as long as there's been civilization, there's been dudes that have been hanging junk off of his D. Now, personally, when I saw the picture of him hanging, it doesn't look like an actual stretching device, like an actual male hanger that you could get on Peak Male Physique that can actually make you longer. PeakMalePhysique.com, link is in the description. I thought it was actually more like one of those devices that men use to like use weights to do like weighted Kegels where they can like flex their pelvic floor muscles to actually like make their D kind of jump up to help with things like erection quality and strength in that regard. But like a lot of people are clowning him. Like there's this like what Instagram post here that was like, you know, this is my Conor McGregor starter kit. And it was like a weight and like twine and duct tape. However, guys, if you look at his picture, he has a lot of foreskin, like a lot more than normal. He seems to be largely like mostly erect, at least like 90% erect. And still his like foreskin is completely covering the head of his D and then some. So I think it's pretty clear that he actually is doing some sort of like stretching exercise. Do I think that he's doing penile enlargement exercises? Well, I think that there's evidence both for and against, okay? So what is that? He actually is hanging weights off his D to get longer. Well, number one, if you look at his erection angle, so guys, like on a side profile, okay, like most guys, if they have good erection angles, it's like going to be pointing up. Like his D actually angles like almost straight down. Because of that, it's most likely that he's been hanging weights straight down and he's been stretching out the suspensory ligament of the penis, and so therefore it angles down. So that's making it seem like he actually uses PE. There's also literally a photo with him with a weighted device on his D, okay? The weighted device is mid-shaft, which usually like stretching devices are closer down to the glands. So, you know, I don't know if that's just coincidence, it was misplacement or what, but I mean, like he literally has a weighted device on his D. And then like I mentioned, he has large foreskin. Large foreskin is often seen when stretching is performed because the skin stretches over top. And so I'm actually cut and my actual like D skin has increased in size as well. It's a very common thing. Now, what is the evidence that he doesn't do PE? Well, number one, he doesn't seem to have any kind of discoloration on his D whatsoever, okay? No bruising. I didn't see any like stretch marks. Now, I didn't have my magnifying glass out, guys, but like there was no like objective changes that we see as far as like there's no evidence of little petechiae, little red dots or anything like that. And guys, like from as long as I can look back, if you look at pictures of Conor McGregor, like since he became popular, there's pictures of him in like tiny little Speedos or like little like bikini briefs, and he's all like this or like this. Dude has had a consistently like nice bulge. Oh, that's Diddy. Okay, guys, whatever. All the comments help the algorithm. By the way, if you made it this far, like and subscribe. I'm on my way to 100K, and you could help me get me there. But the point is, dude has always had like a nice bulge. Okay, there, I said it. Now, I do think there's a chance that he got filler in his D, okay? I have no way to prove that, completely speculation, but like, dude is much girthier than I would expect. I don't know what I would expect, but you know, I do think that's a possibility. He has plenty of money and access to the best surgeon, so like, why not? But once again, complete speculation. Now guys, penis enlargement is real, okay? I have my Hink trial, which I published, which over 7 guys with before and after photos, you can see for yourself gained on average 1/2 inch in length and 1/4 inch in girth. Not to mention other published studies. But if you're interested in looking at my results, there's no paywall. The Hink trial, the link is in the description below. And guys, I did think it was funny that there is a leaked picture of Drake. I made a whole video about Drake and his like leaked meat pic, okay, or video even. So if you want to see my thoughts about him and like whether or not he does enlargement, check out that video. But there was a picture and it was like, oh, no wonder Drake and Conor McGregor hang out, and it's, you know, this picture of them together. But I do think that in this video, they were implying that like they're both bigger dudes. And so like the big dudes hang out together. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. Let me know what you think, okay? Have you seen the picture? Like, did you think he was big or small? Do you think I'm an idiot for my take on this? Are you like wondering what has become of you that now you're making like D-pic reaction videos? I don't know, guys. I just do hope if he's doing enlargement that he is using the safety stack. The VIGOR, Amazon Choice bestseller for maximum erection quality, as well as protecting the endothelial cells within the penis, keeping your blood vessels healthy in that area. Our shield, which helps maximize and support the functions that keep your nerves safe. And our safeguard, that is going to help support the processes that keep the actual tunica of the penis healthy and help to prevent things like fibrosis. If you do need enlargement equipment, extenders, hangers, pumps, peakmalephysique.com. Guys, just remember, just be the best version of yourself, okay? You're so much more than the size of your D. There's nothing wrong with self-improvement, but you are enough just as you are. All right, guys, peace and love.
Dr. Hink got the plug on the health, yeah. Got you thinking about your wealth, yeah. In his office, no stealth, yeah. Pinnacle of that below the belt, yeah. Checks and balance, he's managing. Working miracles, no damage. Got you covered, no panicking. Steady calm. In the clinic, no vanishing. Yeah, with Doc